Okay, here's our video on understanding decimals. And we understand decimals. We've done decimals in 5th grade, and we know that decimals are fractions, so we understand decimals. We know them, right? And we know that this is a 58 Buick Roadmaster. It's an old model. Here it is, Buick Roadmaster, 58. Okay, so let's just review, because most of this is just 5th grade review. We'll add some stuff. So if I had, like, let's say 2.5601, we have our decimal, we have the whole number in the ones place, and remember there's no such thing as a 1th place. Then we have the 10th, the 100th, the 1,000th, and the 10,000th. So just remember that everything to the right of the decimal has that TH, right? And don't spit on anyone when you do it. So, of course, we did this in 5th grade, so just to review, okay, we have our place value here. And so again, we have the 10th and the 100th and the 1,000th and the 10,000th, and it keeps going. 100,000th, millionth, and of all the whole numbers this way, right? So we have standard form and we have expanded form, which we also did in 5th grade. So let's say we had a number 0.89, that's in standard form, and we could put it in expanded form. So here we have 0.89 in standard form, and we know this is 89 hundredths because the last number's in the 100th place, so that's what we put. We always put the last number in the denominator. So this is 89 hundredths. In expanded form, we can do this expanded form with powers of 10, or we can just do it regular expanded form. So it's 0.8, because it's in the 10th place, plus 0.09. And together it's 0.89. Right? So that's expanded. And we can do expanded in powers of 10. So let's look at it, powers of 10. So with powers of 10, let's put the parentheses here. We're just adding with powers of 10. In this case, 8 times 1/10 is 8/10. We get 8/10 over here, which, remember, decimals are fraction. 8/10 is 0.8. And 9 times 100th, right, is 9 over 100. And or 0.09, same thing. So we have expanded form with powers of 10. We have standard form. We also have word form. So let's look at one. In word form, we're just writing the word. So let's write in word form, expanded form, and expanded with powers of 10, this number here. See if you can do that. So pause the tape and try to do that. All right. So let's look at it in word form. 3,000, it's 3, so we have the whole number 3. 3, and, remember when you see a decimal, remember from 5th grade, every time you see a decimal you say end. That's end. 3, end. And let's look, we have just read the whole word now. Read the whole number. It's 4,501. 4,501. So remember, you gotta have that 4,501. 4,501. Not N1. We have to be careful. Everyone makes that mistake. It's 4,501, not end 1, because remember, end means a decimal. But everyone does it. We do make that mistake, so we have to try to be careful with that. 3, end, because it's the decimal. 4,501, and then that's the place value, 10,000. So this is in word form. So again, just when you're doing something in word form, look past the decimal and just read the number. 4,501. 4,501. And then the last thing you'd put is the last place value, where the last number's place value is. The 1's in the 10,000th, so that's what you would put down, 10,000. So that's word form. This right here is expanded form. And now we have expanded form with powers of 10. So try that one if you didn't finish that one. Word form, expanded form, and here it is with powers of 10. So we have 3 times 1, plus 4 times 1/10, plus 5 times 100, plus 1 times 1/10,000. We don't have to put anything in the thousands place because if we go back to that number, there's nothing there. Nothing was there. Okay, so rewind the tape if you didn't get that. And also now let's round decimals, which we did in 5th grade also. Round decimals. So the first thing you have to do when you round is round to what? Round to the whole number or the 10th or the 100th? So let's look at one. Let's round 3.67. Let's round it to the nearest whole number. If you remember from 5th grade, 3.67 is in between two whole numbers. It's in between 3 or 4. Where is it closest to? So it's either going to be 3 or 4. And if you remember, and the answer, by the way, is 4. We know that. If you look to the right of the decimal, look to the right. Always look to the right of the decimal. Well, actually, look to the right of the where you're rounding to. So here's the whole number, so look to the right. If it's 5 or more, it rounds up. Here we're rounding up to 4. Now, if the number to the left is 5 or more, you round up. If it's 4 or less, you round down. So, if you remember from 5th grade, that's what we did. Okay, so let's take this. Round to the nearest 10th. See if you can do that one. To the nearest 10th. Okay, first of all, find the 10th place. Here's the 10th place. And now look to the right. That's all you do. Find the place, look to the right. Is it 5 or more? Yes. So we have, it's either going to be 14.2 or 14.3. Because that's the 10th place. And it's closer to 14.3. So it'll round up to 14.3. Okay, let's do another one. Round to the nearest thousandth. What's the first step? Find the thousandth place. Find the thousandth place right here. Then what do? Look to the right. So tell me the two numbers it's in between. So you got to keep every number to the thousandth. And the next number, right? So have these two numbers. And what's it? This is a 1. It's lower than 5. So this will be the answer to the nearest thousandth. Okay. This one's a little tricky. Round to the nearest whole number. What do you think? Okay, so you see that decimal. You don't see a whole number. So here, there's no whole number. It's a 0. 0. So what's to the right? Is it less than 5? Yes. So what's the nearest whole number? 0. So we don't care about any of this. Just what's to the right. That first number to the right. 0. Okay, a final thing to review from 5th grade with decimals. Find the place and value of the underlying digit. What do you think? So the 6th is in what place? It's in the 100th place. That's the place. And what's its value? What is it worth? It's worth 600ths. Okay, so that's just a review on decimals, understanding them. If you don't understand, you should rewind the tape, and you should remember to at least know where our place and values are in this chart. And of course, they go on forever. Great job.